click the call line. Can you read the number also? Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum here at the happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fair. My name is Owen Money, and I have with me this evening a very special guest. His name is Jack. Jack, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody. My name is Samurai Jack, bench coach for the Deltas for, I forget how long, 6 years?
It's been a long time. So we're going to go ahead and start off by introducing the bout for this evening. We're doing Wheels in the Woods. This is the fourth bout of the season, season 18. And this is the championship bout, and we're doing a little special something here for you early birds. We're doing the championship bout first between the Banger sisters, or between the Bangers and the Kilmores. So let's introduce first. Let's have the officials get introduced.
The officials for tonight, we have Bookum Dando, D. Rex, Dr. Dana, Enigma, Gal Jazeera, Necro Namibomb, Phantom of the Whistle, Rinky Tink, Seer, Slay Station 2, The Mad Statter, Wanda Go, and extra thanks to our visiting officials, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boom, Burr, Class Warfarin, and Power Trip.
Excellent. Thank you to the officials. Couldn't do it without you. So the Bangers are getting introduced as we speak, and I can take care of that.
I got the Bangers.
You got the Bangers. Go for it.
So on the Bangers, we have 00, Marlboro Dread, number 12, Hannah, number 1300, Katarina Hit, 14, Judgment Bay, 15, Daryl B. Blood, 20, Something Borrowed, 28, AK Slider, 314, Rude Barb, number 40, Lucille Smalls, 402, Bex Machina, 41, Lizzie Gordon, 622, Killer, number 80, Kitten Boots, number 99, Archie Bumper, and the bench staff, we have Stabby Cat, She Coli, and who else, Smalls?
Myth Busty, I believe, is
you're
third.
correct.
Yep, there she is.
Yes, she is there.
In the gold lame pant on the right-hand side of your screen.
That's Stabby, actually, in the
gold
gold
That is Stabby.
lame.
Ah, geez.
Yeah.
Well, I got distracted by the gold pants. What can I say? So, taking them on this evening will be the Kilmores. We've got number 120, Face Melter. Number 1313 is Sailor Doom. Number 193 is Giraffic Jam. 1949 is Red Panda. Number 1978 is Weird Val Shankovich. 300 is Aerial Assault. 58 is Salty Mod. 68 Biz Kill. 73 is Nymphadora Bonks. Number 77 is Guilty by Association. 906 is Sassberry. Number 91 is Rebeast. Number 833 is Biz Kill. They are bench staffed by Marge, Hadron Collider, Babe Froman, and Lemony Kickit as they take the track, led by Salty Mod, one of the salty veterans of the Kilmores. And their party anthem, Party Hard by Andrew WK, being played as always. Some friendly high fives going through here. Gigi Wiz, also known as Daryl B. Blood, is skating with her former team this evening under the nom de plume Gigi Was. Always the clever wordsmith, Gigi. We've got a lot of the Foster system is alive and well here in North Star Roller Derby, and it provides a fun opportunity for exciting names.
That's true. In this game, I feel like is going to be like travel team versus travel team almost. So it's going to be intense, I think.
Yep, absolutely. We're looking forward to some pretty good high. Well, just a close game is what I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely.
Those are always the fun ones. So why don't we take some time to thank some of our sponsors? I'll go with a couple here at the top. We've got Kim Monahan. She is your local Northwestern Northwestern Mutual financial advisor who believes that everyone deserves a financial plan and that the starting point of any financial conversation should be with you, your life, your family, your goals, and priorities. You can connect with her at the vendor tables here at the Coliseum to learn more about how you can build a financial plan that prioritizes what is most important to you. Also, you can Google her, North Star Mutual financial advisor, Kim Monahan, Monaghan.
Also, thank you to our sponsor, Turbo Tim's Automotive. Turbo Tim's has multiple auto repair locations in the Twin Cities, famous for their shop kitties. Turbo Tim's is also committed to supporting fun, innovative, and caring causes to improve the community for everyone. You can meet the kitty crew and learn more at turbotims.com.
Yeah, they just opened up that new St. Paul location, and I'm wearing. As a former employee of Turbo Tim's, I'm wearing their sweatshirt today, and got noticed by virtually everybody who sold me something today, and I had to do a lot of errands.
He ain't lying, folks. He
Yep.
is wearing the Turbo Tim's anything automotive.
Yeah. It's a very comfortable hoodie. They just kind of threw a box out, and all the technicians and mechanics just like kind of dove in because they, you wear stuff in a auto garage and it gets all kinds of abuse, and it's just like, yeah, they gave me this thing for free, big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here. We'll do another read here. I'll take care of Tiffany D. Moore Consulting. Are you feeling stuck and frustrated with your job, role, skills, or organization? Tiffany D. Moore Consulting focuses on improving leadership skills, team engagement, and overall organizational effectiveness. Visit tdmooreconsulting.com to learn more.
And also, thank you to our sponsor, P Fund. The P Fund Foundation is proud to partner with North Star Roller Derby. P Fund Foundation is the Upper Midwest LGBTQ Community Foundation. Check out their website, pfundfoundation.org, to learn more about their scholarships for students and grants to nonprofits.
Thank you, as always, to your generous sponsors. If you want to be read out in the dulcet tones of whomever happens to be announcing for these particular instances and evenings, feel free to visit NorthstarRollerDerby.com and the Contact Us section, and you will be greeted warmly by our representatives, most of whom are on the track currently. We are an all-volunteer run organization. Nothing here happens without everybody's help, and that includes the help of our sponsors, so thank you so much to them.
And we're getting ready for Derby 101 right now, so if you've never watched roller derby before, here's your chance to quickly learn how to do it.
Yeah, also on our YouTube channel is a Derby 101 produced, edited, all that kind of stuff, featuring our old practice space, RIP.
Nice.
But, yep, that'll teach you all that, well, I'd go with like 70% of what you need to know about roller derby, and that's available on that YouTube channel there. Thank you for visiting us on the World Wide Web. This is the first season that we've decided to use YouTube to bring the action to you there at your homes. So let us know in the comments, chat along with us, and let us know how we are doing. We will absolutely be reading what's going on.
Great. Looks like we're about to get started with the first actual jam.
Indeed, I've been duped by Derby 101 in the past, which was pretty funny. If you go back and listen to the earlier bouts for this season, I'll be like, oh no, Roxy fell over and like she's not getting up. Why is she doing all of this stuff and acting so weird? And then I found out that she wasn't actually playing roller derby; she was acting roller derby.
Right. Lo and behold, yeah.
Indeed. Wanda goes consulting with our in-house scoreboard operator, making sure that everybody here is okay.
So it looks like for Jam 1 we have Katarina Hit for the bangers, and we have, why is my mind blanking?
That's 9:06. That'll be Sasbury, taking the star to start the action here this evening. But Katarina Hit is able to dance through the inside line and pick up lead jammer status, but Sasbury only about half a track behind. Katarina Hit nodding at Gigi Was and picking up 4 easy breezy points to get the bangers on the board. First 4-0.
Yeah, the hit it and quit it strategy, as some like to call it. You just get those 4 points, keep chipping away. Especially if you can keep the other team at 0. It's not a bad strategy.
Right, yeah, and I suppose we do have some bench coaching expertise here on the panel with us this evening, so we can get those fun little insights that otherwise may be unavailable to us. But the next jammers that we've got here appear to be 99. That's Archie Bumper for the Bangers, and that will be
Face Melter
Face
for
Melter, yep.
the Kilmore.
Yep, that'll be 120 dB. We've got lead jammer for the Kilmores, so 1-1. There was a fake out there. Archie caught a hip and then went all the way down, and then Salty Maud is there to clean everything up and buy time for her team to get it back up and running.
Here comes Faye for the scoring pass, and she got all 4 points. And Archie's still stuck in the pack at this point.
Yep, there's a star in hand for number 622. That'll be, I believe she called herself Killer for this evening.
That's Killer, correct, yeah. Also a skater for the Deltas, fostering on the Bangers.
Yep, and being a brave pivot for the first bout, and probably going to be doing a little bit of jamming, not to give you too much inside baseball there. That is the initial pass completed for the Bangers, which will prompt a call off with both hands by Face Melter after picking up 4 points. How many times? Twice.
Twice, yeah. So Faye picked up 8 points for the Kilmores in that second jam of the night.
And it appears that we have some kind of a scoreboard malfunction, or it just hasn't been updated yet, because there should be 4 points on the board for the Bangers.
4 points for the Bangers, that's right.
Yeah, and it looks like the jam refs, that'll be Gal Jazeera for the Kilmores, and I don't recognize, that must be one of our...
that's Delta jammer Sadie when she's on the Deltas, and she is called something borrowed.
Yeah, the jammer ref for the Bangers was the...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. It'll be number 911. I believe that's one of our our lovely guest officials.
And so I believe, if I'm sussing this out correctly, it looks like She Coli called a timeout because of that scoreboard issue that we were talking about. So I can see Wanda saying, hey, official review, let's update the scoreboard.
Yeah, it should be 4 for that. I also saw Gal Jazeera going over and doing the timeout gesture, which is tapping both shoulders with both hands.
Yeah.
But not to be cheeky, that is the right shoulder and the right hand, and the left shoulder and the left hand. We don't want none of that death drop stuff.
That's true, yeah. Or Macarena.
Macarena, yep. Vampires in coffins, yep.
And so up next, who is jamming for the Kilmores?
The Kilmores, that is number 73, that is Nymphadora Bonks.
Bonks.
Yep, and that is number 20, Something Borrowed, as you mentioned. That is Slim Sadie, in disguise.
In disguise.
On the down low, but we know.
We've got to figure
Everybody
it out.
tells us everything. Another fun event that we've got here this evening is the silent auction. If you or a loved one happen to be in the stadium, you can have a gander at all the wonderful wares that we have for your bidding pleasure. We have hand-crocheted derby dolls that appear to be representing each of the home teams over there. Those were hand-crocheted by Roxy's sister.
Oh, nice.
Which are very nice. There's a large octopus over there that has also been hand-crocheted.
By Roxy's sister?
Not by Roxy's sister,
okay.
By Rift Track, one of the skaters one of the rookies this year for the Violent Friends.
Oh, and we are about to start Jam 3.
Yeah, with a perfectly accurate scoreboard.
Excellent.
Yep. So pushing through, keeping those legs moving is Nymphadora Bonks, trying to make her way around Kitten Boots. Kitten Boots not having any of it, though. But, Nymphadora Bonks just like, well, if I can't beat you, I'll just go around you. That's fine, and that'll be 2 lead jammers in a row for the Kilmores.
Bonks coming around for the scoring pass right now. Having a little trouble on turn 1, says, nope, I would like to call it, please, and gets 2 points. 2 points.
Yep, 2 points for Nymphadora Bonks. Very fancy footwork on the outside apex there to stay in bounds and hold on to those points.
So score as it sits right now, we have Kilmores at 10 and Bangers at 4.
Yeah, we got a new jammer for the Bangers. That is number 12, Hannah. I believe this is also her first season with the league.
Yeah.
Yep, going up against longtime and frequent jammer Sasbury for the Kilmores. Bit of a traffic jam there at the beginning of the track. Ooh. And able to skirt by the hips of Killer is Sasbury, and Hannah is currently trying to make her way through. And a little bit of a track cut there being
Yep.
committed by Hannah, and that was pulled off by number 1949, Red Panda, identifying the fact that, yep, that was a toe stop out of bounds, and I can draw a track cut penalty, and does. So it's a power jam.
So the jammer has to sit for 30 seconds, and in the meantime, that gives Sasbury plenty of leeway to put some points on the board.
Great offense there being played by Demise Red Panda. That is, I believe that's, Red Hot Toddy and Bizkill.
And, I mean, Sass has her work cut out for her because she's got to go up against Bex, Killer, Rhubarb. Not a wall that you probably think of as an easy one to get by. So,
yep, not one easily passed. We'll find out what this penalty is going to be. It's going to be a forearm penalty on Killer.
That's right.
Hannah is out of the box, so that is the end of the very first Power Jam of the evening. The Power Jams this evening brought to you by Museum Services. This Power Jam brought to you by Museum Services. They provide comprehensive fine art services to corporations.
Whoa.
Oh, a big wipeout there. That's
Big
another Red Panda on Hannah violence.
Yes.
All the way out. Hannah made it all the way out beyond the safety track there, and is being motioned forward by her bench staff, providing some helpful guidance there.
Sass out for the third full pass, so she will get 12 points total for that jam.
So here's a good instance of not using the hit it and quit it stratagem, because the defense was doing such a good job for the Kilmores, presumably that it's just like, yeah, well, let's see how many points we can get before it becomes a problem.
Yeah, and Killer is starting in the box, so they're going to be down. The Bangers will be down a pivot for Jam 5. The pivot, of course, is the only person that can accept the star pass. The jammers for this jam, we have Face Melter for the Kilmores.
And I saw number 28. That'll be AK Slider, another rookie for the Bangers. And getting bounced out of bounds by number 58. So that'll be Salty Maud at the front of the pack there. Salty Maud does go out of bounds. There's a little bit of a gap on the inside. AK Slider not quite able to take care of it, because you've got, of course, number 77 for the Kilmores. That'll be guilty by association.
And it looks like
covering that gap.
It looks like Salty took a star pass there. So was not lead, even though the other jammer was stuck in the pack, and they called it off once they saw Salty get out of the pack there.
That's a pretty decent strategy if you're ahead, I would suppose, and it's like, well, we're not really getting anywhere with this. Let's get a star pass and force them to call it off, that kind of stuff. Hi, Mama Sass. Thank you as always for joining us, our reliable viewers. It's always nice to have you here. A little bit of a fake out there at the pivot line for the Bangers, trying to draw the Kilmores back up and out of position, but they were not having it. Doesn't really matter, though. In goes Katerina, hit on the inside line, able to apply her wily veteran skills.
Bonk's pretty close behind, though, for the Kilmores. And Kat's looking for that inside. It does not get it. Gets hit out and calls it off.
Yep.
1 point for trouble, though.
1 point, but could have been a lot worse. Bizkill and aerial assault there, making sure that the damage was limited.
Yeah. So Jam 7, we're the scoreboard as it sits right now. We have Kilmores at 22, Bangers at 7, and up next we have Sass jamming for the Kilmores. And I can't see
Archie
that number.
Bumper.
Archie for the Bangers.
Archie for the Bangers. We're trying a little bit of a pivot start here for the Bangers. They're wanting to see if they can limit the damage, but unable to. There goes Sass. The Kilmores are out for blood this evening, making sure that they're just going with what works. Here comes an attempted jammer or star pass.
Archie still caught in the pack as Sass comes around for their first scoring pass.
Yep, that'll be Red Panda to the box on I think that was a track cut penalty or a direction of play penalty. Either way.
Yeah, I didn't.
Either way, she's in the box for 30 seconds, and they're just going to all have to deal with that.
Meanwhile, Archie is out and about to come up on their first scoring pass. Sass is now gets the full 4 points for their first scoring pass, and they're going to run this one.
Yep, they're going to run this one. They're going to maybe try to see if that was a great advantage there being taken by the Bangers, able to identify just a lot of bit of chaos and making their way through pretty easily. just like Sasbury did there with a wonderful little backwards move. She may have picked that one up from Salty Maud. That's a very I wouldn't say patented by Salty Maud, but frequently used, and that could be that they
matched. Yeah.
Yep, they matched on that one. So
8 points for both jammers for that one. So the score, Kilmore's 30, Bangers 15.
Yeah, the Bangers or the Kilmores perhaps playing the long game. They're just like, no, we want as many minutes out of these 2-minute jams as we possibly can get to try to wear down the Bangers and see if they're if the extended Kilmore's bench is able to outlast the Bangers. Let's have a few more skaters on the Kilmore side.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we have Faye jamming for the Kilmores, Faye Smelter, and we have Something Borrowed, a.k.a. Slim Sadie, jamming for the Bangers sisters, Bangers, I'm sorry. And Sadie, a.k.a. Something Borrowed, gets lead jam.
Yeah, lead jam for the Bangers, able to sneak by Weird Val Shanka B-word and almost able to do so again.
Ooh.
Oh, if that's not a low block, that's absolutely a low block.
Yeah, low. The pack ref called that, or the jam ref rather called that right away. Yep.
Right away. Yep.
So that is a power jam for
Museum Services.
For
you can
Museum
read that one.
Services. Museum Services. This power jam is brought to you by Museum Services. Museum Services provides comprehensive fine art services to corporations, cultural institutions, auction houses, galleries, artists, and private collectors. Smalls?
Yes, thank you to Museum Services. We've got a little bit of a do-si-do here with the jammers. Buzzkill accepted a star pass from Faye Smelter, committed a track cut penalty, and then got sent to the box, which will spring Something Borrowed as they approach the back of the pack. Here comes some offense from the Bangers.
Another Museum Services power jam.
Indeed. So there's a little bit of back and forth going on here. We've got a direction to play penalty being called on Weird Val Shanka B-word with the RoboCop visor, and Something Borrowed is going to pick up 4 points. In the meantime, here comes Buzzkill looking to pick up some points, and the Bangers trying to put some additional points on the board themselves to close this gap. The Bangers have reached double digits, and we're going to keep that ball a-rolling.
Yes, Sadie picks up a total of 8 for this jam. So we're sitting at 30 for the Kilmores, 23 for the Bangers.
Yeah, and Something Borrowed's got 2 more seconds to pick up any points that she can, and that looks to be I'm gonna guess 4. Oh, it is 4. Yeah,
4 for the Bangers.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, Kilmores were not able to pick up any on that one.
That's
so
star pass gone awry.
They're closing that gap, Smalls. It's 27 for the Bangers right now, 30 for the Kilmores.
12 matches are the largest jam of the evening, if my memory does serve me.
Yeah,
which it sometimes does. Not the most reliable thing in the world, but every once in a while it'll hit it out of the park. So we've got Hannah once again jamming for the Bangers and Nymphadora Bonks for the Kilmores. We'll see if Hannah is any more successful this time around. Nymphadora Bonks keeps those toes moving and is able to make some progress, but not before being hit to the outside by Kitten Boots, who will then recycle them all the way to the back and attempt to swipe them out of bounds as well. But there goes Nymphadora Bonks being very wily. Hannah somebody committed a track cut penalty, but they're not leaving. Okay, there goes Marlboro Dread for the Bangers.
And here comes Bonks for their scoring pass. It's tough when the pack gets spread out like that. It just gives jammers such a good opportunity to get through.
Great advantage. Yeah. A great advantage. That it's like going up against ice versus steam. Like how easy is it to get through?
There we go. Yeah, two scoring passes in a matter of seconds there. Yep. 8 points on the board that Bonks has put up. Meanwhile, Hannah has a star stash, which is what we call when the jammer takes their star off, hoping for a pass. And again, Bonks has another 4 points, so that's 12 right now for Bonks for the Kilmores.
Yep. And Sailor Doom is sitting in the box, joining Weird Val Shank B-word. So that'll be 2 blockers down for the Kilmores. So hopefully Hannah will be able to take advantage of that. A lot easier to get through half of the number of blockers they're usually facing, but not able to make that lap in time.
No, I think they called it off. I don't believe that was a natural conclusion to the jam. And it's tough in that situation when you're a jammer. Do you let the other jammer score some points? You have 2 blockers in the box. You might want to run it to get your blockers out, but it's a tough call. So and they chose to call it, which is it's a valid strategy. So now we have Sass jamming for the Kilmores, against AK Slider for the Bangers.
Yep, Sass, as we know, a prolific jammer, picks up lead jammer status yet again. The Kilmores, despite being down 2 blockers, are able to pick up lead jammer status, and AK Slider now has that star stashed. A new little piece of vocabulary. Thank you for that, Slammy J.
Really nice blocking for number 193 for Kilmores.
1949 is Red Pin. 193, that's Giraffic Jam.
Yeah.
Giraffic Jam coming back from injury this year. Somebody just lost a kneecap. That's,
hey,
when I say kneecap, I mean a pad, the cap for your knee pads.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Not an actual biological kneecap.
All patellas, as far as I can tell, are intact on the track.
8 points on the board for this jam for Sassberry. Sassyberry, as the scoreboard says right now.
Yeah, and great offense there being played by the Kilmores against the veterans on the Bangers there.
Yeah. Woof.
Yeah, looks like the penalty box is now clear, so it's 4-on-4 plus 1 jammer for each of the teams. There goes Sassberry for another
That's
bunch
16.
of points.
I believe that's 16
That is 16.
total.
That is now the that is the largest point total, and it looks to be being added to. We have another 30 seconds and another power jam.
Another museum services power jam brought to you by Museum Services. They provide comprehensive fine arts services, corporations, cultural institutions, auction houses, galleries, artists, and private collectors. Smalls.
I thought I was in an auction house there for just a second. That was a very fast read. Well done.
Got to get back to the action.
Yep.
Oh, really good single leg glide to prevent getting hit out to the inside by Judgment Bay. Sass very savvy with that. That'll get her, I believe,
24-point jam.
Let's see, did they update it? Yeah, 24-point jam.
That's the largest. That matches the largest jam that we've had this entire season so far.
Yeah.
That is 6 full passes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you've got 2 minutes to do 6 passes. Or to do 6 laps around the track.
And to start off that jam with 2
down.
blockers.
Yeah.
I mean, that really good smart playing by the Kilmores for that last jam. It's tough to do. We have another power jam, face melter for the Kilmores.
Trying to shove their way through, but here comes AK Slider out of the box and able to make it through on that initial pass, but and it falls down and has the star stashed,
right?
Which I think you were about to educate us on.
Right, and even though they were the first jammer out, if Slider has that star stash, they cannot be lead jam. You have to. The minute you take that star off, you're ineligible for lead jam. So fake Smelter comes through for her first scoring pass, and she gets all 4. And meanwhile, Slider got reabsorbed by that pack and is just fighting to get out. I see a star pass to Katarina Hit.
Katarina Hit, who has been suspiciously absent for the last few jams from that jammer rotation, perhaps nursing an injury or something, or perhaps doing a little rope-a-dope. There's only 3 minutes 20 seconds left in the first half, and the Kilmores have. Oh, my math is so bad, but they've more than doubled up on the Bangers score. So you would expect to see some more savvy veteran jammers out there to try to limit the damage.
Yeah, we'll see what they do next. We have. Oh, I can't see that number for the Bangers.
Oh, that'll be Archie Bumper number 99, and that'll be 73 Nymphadora Bonks for the Kilmores.
Great.
Kilmore's jammer rotation has been absolutely killing it, and there goes Salty Mud. That is a track cut. It looked like Archie's wheels did roll over that. That's a little rope. It's like a half-inch, 3/4-inch rope that is taped to the outside of the track to give the referees and officials a visual cue as to when somebody actually goes out of bounds, and it's easier to tell when you go out of bounds when you're rolling over down your roller skates.
Another power jam that Bonks has, and last power jam Bonks did quite well. So the Kilmores, this game is going in their favor so far. But a lot of things can happen in period 2 of a roller derby game.
Oh yeah, if you're having a good night so far. If you are a Kilmores fan, that was nearly a track cut, but Nymphadora Bonks was advised by her team that they need to come back in from the back of the pack. And speaking of the back of the pack, that is where Archie Bumper is finding themselves. Archie bumping on in there to aerial assault, and that appears to be Oh, I can't see from here. Oh, that'll be Rebeast.
Rebeast, yeah, and Weird Val.
Yeah,
with
Weird
the,
Val Shanka Beaver
RoboCop.
and the RoboCop visor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like that's a really bad children's book.
Or a really good one. And it looks like aerial assault, fostering from the Deltas again, is in the penalty box for something. Bonk's trying to get through and says, I would like to call this jam off now, please.
No more jam. Jam no.
So that's 8 points total for the Killmores and Bonks. Pretty good. Pretty good to keep the Bangers scoreless on a power jam like that. They are starting with 3 blockers on the track because Ariel's in the box. We have Sailor Doom, another foster from the Deltas, blocking out there with the Traffic Jam and Buzzkill. And for the Jammers, we have Sasberry for the Killmores, and we have Something Borrowed for the Banger Sisters. I'm Bangers. Apologize.
No,
Bangers.
that's it. There's a lot of muscle memory we're fighting up here, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
So a lot of defense being played thus far. There's a little bit of a reverse brace action happening there, and Sasberry able to plow straight through that triangle, but Something Borrowed is not too far behind, only about 30 feet or so, so not too bad so far, but
That's right.
here comes both jammers.
Sass was stopped from getting all 4. It looks like they got 1 point, and I don't see a hand or any. Oh, they oftentimes the jammers will confer and say, "I saw this. Did you see that?" And so it might take them a second to throw up the points. Oh, and that looks like 3.
Yep, 3 points for Something Borrowed, and that'll be our very first intermission of the evening.
Man, what I mean. There's a bit of a score gap, but like a really good, fun game to watch so far. There's some good plays happening.
Yep, and there's Katarina Hit thinking that they had one more jam left in the first period, but that does not appear to be the case.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
Nope. It's all zeros up there so far, and that is what will bring us to the first intermission. So, not the close game that we were hoping for. That seems to be a little bit of some dysfunction to clear up there on the Bangers side of things as far as getting points on the board. Holding another team to just 80 in a period is not too shabby. That's some pretty okay defense, but
yeah, I mean, I've seen some of the Bangers regular jammers come out with matching scores of like 20 points a jam. So I don't think it's unheard of for them to make up this gap in the next period.
Yeah, and these intermissions with the veteran bench crew for both of these teams, adjustments will be made. We can almost guarantee you that. But thank you so much for joining us here on our new home for North Star Roller Derby, youtube.com/@symbol North Star Roller Derby. Thank you so much for joining us here. Please feel free to sound off in the comments how everything sounds. We're flying not exactly blind, but not exactly with the full picture of what's going on. Our QA department is non-existent, so we're just kind of hoping that somebody will be kind enough to point out if something is going wrong.
Yeah. And so if you ever wanted to learn to skate yourself, perhaps. Smalls, did you ever want to learn to skate?
You know, I was born knowing how to skate, but
nice.
I was involved in a pretty unfortunate BMX accident, lost all my memory, and had to relearn. And I didn't know where to go. I have nowhere to go. So
I feel like I'm missing a reference. But if you wanted to learn,
I'm just making stuff up.
Oh, I thought that was a movie or something. But if you wanted to relearn, North Star is hosting monthly $5 drop-in clinics. You can't beat that price, $5. All skill levels welcome, right? I mean, I think you go someplace else, you pay $20. Next clinic is February 11th and March 10th from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can email skaterinfo@northstarrollerderby.com for more information.
I was gazing off at the myriad throngs of North Star Roller Derby fans here at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the Happiest Place Center at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. And as you were reading that copy, I'm like, man, he's really got this stuff down. And then
shucks.
I saw that you were reading it.
Oh. Well, yeah.
You were reciting it from memory. Like, he's really dialed into the training programs here.
You know what else I remember? That NSRD will be volunteering at the Winter Beer Dabbler February 24th. Smalls, here.
Wow.
Here.
Here?
At the state fairgrounds of
At
all
the
places.
state fairgrounds. Oh, love that.
We
love it.
We would love to see you there,
Yeah.
either attending or volunteering along with us. Please check out their table here. If for some reason you're watching YouTube and you're in the stadium right now, please go check out their table for more information. And also check out the Dabbler items in the silent auction.
Yes, please. The silent auction is one of the main ways that we raise money as a Derby League. We had a very successful Give to the Max Day. Thank you to all who participated on the giving us money side of the equation.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it was a lot of effort by a small elite team of skaters and volunteers here at North Star Roller Derby. A little bit of a score update for you. It appears that 3 sneaky points have been added to the Bangers score, and 1 has been added to the Kilmores. So, chipping away at it.
Yeah.
However you want to do that. That's totally fine.
Thank you to our sponsors, Bandit and Briggs, a.k.a. Two Good Dogs. The penalty box is presented by Bandit and Briggs. They are just 2 happy pups that love pets, snuggles, and playtime. They love everyone, and they hope they stay safe. If you have any interest in dog sitting us, oh, I see. It's actually 2 dogs.
It's really actually 2 dogs.
I'm
Their
getting
names
it. I'm
are
getting
Bandit
it
and
now.
Briggs. Yeah.
If you have,
it's your first day.
I know. If you have any interest in dog sitting Bandit and Briggs or setting up a play date, please let their parents, Lemony Kickett and Andy, know so that they can hang out. Boof, boof.
Boof, boof.
Boof, boof.
Absolutely.
That's
Yep.
right.
Wonderful. So we've just got about 5 minutes left on this intermission. So if you're listening to us while you're up making a snack, grabbing a beverage, or inviting all of your friends, neighbors, and family in to watch the action with you, you can let them know that they've only got about 4.5 minutes before the Derby action is back.
Can I say something? Do you mind if I take a moment to say something?
You may, yes.
If someone is at home and they are on a slippery kitchen floor, you, dear listener, could be confident that no matter what spills you take, 888 and 187 Killer Pads are here to help you get right back up. Whether it's skating, biking, snow stuff, water, or derby gear, 888 has you protected from head to toe, wristies,
knee pads,
elbowies.
Yep, they've got, well, he already said head, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's everything. But it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
187 and 888 have been in the business of protecting extreme wheeled skaters from all kinds of myriad injuries for a very long period of time. And we're very happy that we got them on a sponsorship for the league for this year. So well done, sponsorship committee for North Star, and well done to 888 187.
Yeah. I used 187 pads when you and I played on a previous league.
Yes.
I use them all the time. They were
RIP.
great.
Yeah. Yep. They're wonderful pads. They've got I think all of their helmets are now rated for multiple impacts. There was a Wild West moment for roller derby and skating and other extreme sports where helmets were just like, oh, here's some foam and plastic, go have fun.
Yeah.
But somebody's like, that's a really bad idea. And then I think that was S1. That's just the first name that comes to mind. But they were one of those first companies who were just like, this kind of isn't great. I know that our helmets cost more, but they actually protect your head.
Yeah, and 888 and 187, good pad choices.
Yep.
Smalls, do we have a second for me to say something else?
Certainly.
I've just been thinking about something. Did you know that West Photo, for more than 40 years, thank you to West Photo, who is one of our sponsors, West Photo has been the photographer's photo store. West Photo has the equipment. They have the knowledge.
Do they have the service?
They do. They do also have the service. You can only get from people who are a part of the photographic community.
Yes.
And I used to live right up the street from West Photo.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a little 35 millimeter camera. And I was like, I'm going to take some little artsy pictures of me and my dog. Brought it over there, and they developed this archaic form of film for me. and then digitize it, and it was great. They came out looking really cool.
Awesome. Yeah, that's one of those things where you're looking at cameras. You're like, what's an f-stop? What's an aperture? Like,
Yeah.
I just want to take what I am seeing and translate it to film. What's the best way to do that?
They have
Sounds like West Photo's got us covered.
They do. They have like classes and stuff there. Super knowledgeable, super nice people there too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other things can we talk about? We can talk about the giant bear mascot that you may have seen at the other events that we've had.
Is that a real bear, Smalls?
It's too early to tell, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's a real bear.
Oh, great. It's about 8 feet in height.
8 feet in height. It's got nice, stubby little George of the Jungle style legs and very long arms. They're not all legs, I guess, because it's walking upright.
And that is
Just
for...
off camera to the right. What a drag. One of these days I'll have a multiple camera setup, but one of these days I'll also win the lottery or something.
That's for Ursa Minor, I believe.
Ursa
right?
Minor Roller Derby. Yep, they are going all out as far as branding and drawing attention to their junior roller derby league. So if you have a young one in your life that is under 18 years of age and wants to do the roller derby thing, look up Ursa Minor. They've got a wonderful support structure of very enthusiastic adults to help your little one along on their roller derby journey. Their glamorous roller derby life is awaiting them in their future.
If I don't know if we have a copy for this, but we cannot put on a roller derby event without many volunteers.
Many.
If you're a person who likes to watch roller derby and you're like, could I do something at one of the games that I could watch potentially and not pay a ticket, and also do something helpful for the league? Always, North Star would love to have volunteers. And I think you can... The only email I have in front of me is skaterinfo@northstarrollerderby.com.
They'll sort you out.
They'll sort you out. If you want to volunteer and help us out, please do. Very, in all seriousness, very welcoming, great community.
And we will enthusiastically accept any help given.
Yeah.
That's roller derby related. We're not looking to cover up murders or planned bank robberies or any illicit activity. No.
No.
Simply flat track extreme sports pertaining to the WFDA rule set for roller derby.
Yes, not any other rule set. We know there's some of you watching who are like, "Oh, USARs."
know.
We're not talking USARs.
No,
what
no,
we
no.
are talking about is this game is about to get going again. Katarina Hit, one of the veteran jammers for the Bangers. Sassy Berry, as she is perhaps going by, a veteran for the Bangers, and they're going to kick off the first jam of the second period.
Yeah, the Bangers are taking the front of the track, hoping to keep those pesky Kilmores out of their offensive wall, but Red Panda had some different ideas, and out goes Sassberry for lead jammer. Not too far. They've got one last desperation hit there by the aforementioned Panda.
Cat's about a half a track behind. Sass
closing very rapidly.
Very. Oh, let's see. Cat's saying, I got a point, and the jam ref is saying, yes, you did. And
right.
Sassberry also got 1 point.
Well, if this trend holds, Kilmore's going to win by a score of, one something to something else. But anyways,
right.
Fast math is not my forte quite clearly, but we will go to some other fast things, which happen to be the two jammers on the track. That'll be Faye Smelter and Archie Bumper. Archie Bumper for the Bangers, and the Kilmores is Faye Smelter.
It's tough to mention all of the blockers that are out on the track at a given time, but they are doing probably more than half the work to make a team prosper. So we have Killer blocking, Bex Machina, Buzzkill blocking Face Smelter, and letting their jammer Archie get out while Faye is still stuck in the pack.
Yep, here comes Archie for that first scoring pass, trying to take the inside line on the apex, and sure enough stays inbounds. Nearly takes a topple, but takes 4 points instead. Speaking of things being taken, that will be the star being taken by Salty Mod, applying the star to the helmet as Archie approaches the back of the pack for more points for the Bangers.
Archie calls it off. The jam ref already has one finger in the air, so 5 total points for the Bangers, 36 for the Bangers, 81 for the Kilmores.
All right, well, the Bangers are coming out with a little bit of more pep in their step, I would say, trying to get that point gap under control.
Something Borrowed jamming for the Bangers, and Bonks, Nymphadora Bonks, jamming for the Kilmores.
Yep. Nymphadora Bonks gets guided directly into a strong shape of Bangers, being braced there by Gigi Was, and blocking also we've got Kitten Boots, Hannah, and Rude Barb. Not having much more luck with their jammer efforts is, Something Borrowed at the front of the pack there.
Yeah, and that
Stepped
blocker
right out of bounds, almost had it.
But catches it.
Yep.
Catches it. With the new rule set, if you catch yourself, you don't get called on a track cut right away.
Yeah.
And that shape that she was going up against before, you might hear us say tripod, and it's this. This is what we're talking about. The
Yep.
Kilmores up front forming that tripod. Shape.
Oh yeah, and a great defensive effort by both teams there, holding keeping that lead jammer status open for about 45 seconds.
We see a star pass to Giraffic Jam.
Yep.
Oh, and so you have to pass the star legally.
Yep.
And
inbounds. What happened there was a last-minute hit by Kitten Boots, who's trying to go for another last-minute hit on Giraffic Jam. Savvy play there to keep the penalty box clean. Sorry to Bandit and Briggs, but we'll probably have some more buddies here for you in just a little bit. But yeah, that was very heads-up play there by the Kilmores to not only hold the Bangers to 3 points on that entire scoring pass, but also to just stay out of the box when that could have been very easily a penalty.
Right. Yeah, and some really good momentum so far for the Bangers in period 2. I mean, so far two jams down.
Yeah, and we've got another Sass versus Katarina hit jammer duo going up here. The lead jammer status is going to be going to Sassberry, so the Bangers are trying to field Katarina hit, who's one of their strongest jammers, but that's also happening at the same time that the Kilmores are fielding arguably their strongest jammer. So
right.
Yep, it's definitely a way to neutralize some star power on each side if you're just putting the best up against the best.
And just really good defense being done by the Kilmores, too. That 4-wall keeping Kat from getting out as...
And the commentators curse us alive and well here in the booth at the Lane Rosenberg Coliseum. Oh, that's narrow.
As Kat gets out, and Sass gets some points. Calls it when she sees that Kat is out of the pack. So that will be 12, I believe, total for Sass. No, just 8.
Yeah, I'm hearing just the 8 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit of the end of that one featured a fun little interaction there between Salty Maud and Killer. Killer got knocked to the ground, and then in order to avoid any kind of damage, Salty Maud had to basically skate directly over her. It appears that Salty will be going to the box for probably a high block, because if you skate over somebody, you will probably hit them in the head.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, whenever you hit anybody in the head in this sport, you are going to the box. For any reason.
And sometimes penalties are avoidable, and sometimes penalties just simply are not avoidable. It's not like intent doesn't matter when you get a penalty.
Nope, absolutely not. So Archie Bumper there approaching the Kilmore's wall there with a fervor. That was a large hit that she tried to apply there to the Kilmores, and it looks like it might be successful. They've just got one more Kilmore to go around. The inside wasn't open, so he's going to try the outside back to the inside. Just has to get around guilty by association, and does so just in time, because here comes Face Melter about 2 feet behind him and calling off that jam to keep anybody from scoring anything.
Yeah, 0-0 jam. And the Kilmores weren't able to clear the box for Salty Maud, but Salty Maud is standing, so that means they have less than 10 seconds.
Yes. She appeared to leave the box and Traffic Jam as the other pivot was going to the Bandit and Briggs penalty box, trying to clear it at least. And then Salty's like, no, we have to start with a pivot down. I'll be back in action here in probably like 2 or 3 seconds. So new jammer for the Kilmores is going to be Sailor Doom. wearing number 1313. And sure enough, there is Salty Maud trying to apply some defensive prowess there to the wall, but not before Katarina Hit is able to get out for lead jammer status. And Sailor Doom not too far behind. Only about
a third of the track. Yeah.
A third, yeah.
Doom fostering from the deltas, so you will see more of Sailor Doom skating in the second game. And the jam gets called off, and it looks like 0-0 again.
I think
two.
Yep.
Yeah. Two for the Bangers.
Gal Jazeera with the trademark Ronnie James Dio RIP horns.
That's right.
To very clearly indicate that 2 points were scored, not 3, not 1, not 4, but 2.
Sasberry jamming for the Kilmores in this next jam, and Archie
Bumper is out for blood. A little shove there at the beginning of the jam against Sass to try to disrupt perhaps a little bit of the plan. Archie Bumper is going to avoid a track cut penalty there. There was once again Red Panda trying to draw one, seeing that run out of bounds. And that'll be a track cut penalty, or that'll be a track cut penalty for Sasberry. So this will be the very first Museum Services Power Jam, I think, for the Bangers.
Yeah, I think so. Brought to you by Museum Services, provides comprehensive fine art services to corporations, cultural institutions, auction houses, galleries, artists, and private collectors.
Yep, and here comes another penalty for the Kilmores. That'll be 1949 Red Panda getting a direction of play penalty, so that'll be Sasberry and Panda in the box.
In the Bandit and Briggs penalty box.
Bandit and Briggs penalty box, thank you. And, Sasberry is standing, so Archie's got a limited number of seconds to score some additional points. I hear some shouting, but, bench coach Kolai is giving him the runaround, so it's like, you're going to stay out there, and you're going to get points.
Yeah.
Points for the point god.
Yeah.
So that's the initial pass completed for Sasberry, and now the call it off with both hands is being called by She Kolai, and Archie Bumper obliges.
4 points. 4 points for Archie.
Long way to go for 4 points, but momentum is momentum. So any points, well, obviously better than no points. Little Maddenism there for you. Those of you who are football fans, which if statistics are to be believed, not a lot of football fans watching.
But maybe video game fans.
Video game fans.
And let me tell you, John Madden, video games, synonymous.
Yes.
Synonymous with video games.
When you think video games, you think John Madden. And Faye Smelter is thinking lead jammer status and picks it up almost immediately. Not even 10 seconds are off of the clock. And here comes Something Borrowed trying to jam her way out for the Bangers. And here comes Faye Smelter. And the Bangers not able to turn around in time to prohibit her from picking up 4 more points. And 4 more points she does pick up.
Another really strong tripod by the Kilmores, keeping the jammer in there and forcing the star pass to Gigi Was.
Gigi Was picking up her first star pass, and that'll be Phase Q to call it. 4 additional points for the Kilmores. So 97, they're approaching that century mark with just about 10.5 minutes left on the clock. 45 points for the Bangers. They've still got that wrong logo up there. Maybe we can blame it on that.
Yeah.
Every time we call them around, they say, update your logo.
Yeah, update the logo.
Throw us a bone.
Bonks coming up, jamming for the Kilmores. Katarina Hit, jamming for the Bangers.
Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of perhaps some mind games, and Katarina Hit not quite able to make it around Giraffic Jam for that lead jammer status, and everybody goes back into the shuffle. Applying some violence is Katarina Hit, but some equal defense is being played by the Kilmores to allow for a little bit of recycling to happen, and perhaps no penalty being called. I heard a whistle, but the official was like, nah, there was nothing there.
Bonk's still stuck in the pack with a star stash and is now out on their initial pass. Katarina looks around and says, I will call it now, and does.
And does by the decree of her bench coach, and far be it from any skater to defy a bench coach's wishes. I don't know. I think Katarina may have wanted to stay out there for just maybe 1 or 2 more passes, see if that defense on the Bangers couldn't have shored up a little bit more, just to chip away at this lead, which they are doing. believe it or not.
I mean, they are doing that. They are doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Kilmores are still putting up points, but the Bangers at a faster rate. And here's a new. I think this is Killer's first time jamming. Yeah.
Killer's first time jamming for the Bangers in this game, in this championship North Star.
Oh man, and Sasbury able to just go straight through the pack and pick up lead jammer status. Killer is around everybody now. Just has to win out a foot race against Red Hot Toddy. Red Hot Toddy delaying her, but not prohibiting her from picking up that not lead jammer status. Here comes Sasbury with a
penalty.
That'll be a back block penalty being called on Sasbury. So another.
And it looks like we have a low block penalty being called by one of the Kilmores on Red Panda for the Kilmores. So this is a Museum Services Power Jam, and Kilroy is
much
out.
Needed one, and she's like, I don't jam. I don't like doing this.
Yes.
I'm a blocker. I'm a really good blocker. I'm a really good pit. I don't want to jam.
I recognize that look that
yeah,
Killer
exactly.
gave to Coli.
Well, she's got a great time for a power jam. It's two blockers and a jammer down for the Kilmores for now. Sass is standing, but the Bangers are down one blocker.
I mean, you gotta, if you're in the Bangers situation, you gotta
run it.
You have to run something. You gotta make a dent in this score somehow. So this is the time when you really got to rely on the blockers to tighten it down. Oof.
Ooh, a little caromming action there being provided there by Sass, or not Sass. That's Salty Maud shoving her own blocker to then knock Killer out of bounds.
So there is no lead.
There is no lead. That was no pass, no penalty. So we are going to go for the full, the remainder of the 30 seconds here.
30 seconds, yeah.
Sasbury going to be trying to match that point total already put up by Killer. So that's 11 points so far to 4 for the Kilmores. Looks like that'll be another 4 more points for the Kilmores, unless there's nope. That'll be all 4 in the air there.
And we have a blocker on the Bangers going to the box.
Yep. Judgment Bay is going to be visiting the Bandit and Breaks penalty box. Boof, boof.
Killer has, and this is a strategy you see sometimes with jammers, where if you're just not making any headway, you kind of will turn into blocker mode.
You'll go into blocker mode because you're just like, yeah, we need to stop them from scoring any points. We got our points. We need to keep them from scoring any. And Wanda Go was temporarily putting her arm up as if to signal you're not in play, but they're jammers. They can go wherever they want. And she quickly realized her mistake, was like, oh, no, never mind.
Yes. It's tough to call. Roller derby has so many rules. It's very tough in the moment to make the exact right call at the exact right time.
Yeah, and to make matters worse, unlike every other sport that exists, when a whistle is blown, action continues for roller derby. Any other time a whistle is blown in any other sport, everything stops dead. So,
and there's so many numbers, Smalls, in roller derby. Wouldn't you like to have MP Accounting Services?
I got to have somebody help me with my numbers.
MP Accounting Services, one of our lovely sponsors, will empower your company's finances with Northeast Minneapolis's premier queer-owned accounting firm. Our bean counters, their bean counters, will provide inclusive and personalized controller, payroll, and bookkeeping services for small and medium-sized businesses in Minnesota and beyond, Smalls.
And
beyond. Maybe to infinity. We don't know.
We don't know.
Probably.
We don't want the mouse suing us, so we're going to go ahead and
not
just
infinity.
presume that it's going to. Yes.
And
maybe
Katarina is out as lead jammer for the Bangers, which they very much need.
They very much need, and we've got another penalty being called there on Weird Val RoboCop. And
okay, that was.
Is that going to be 4 points? Katarina wants 4 points. Is she going to get it? We've got Gal Jazeera discussing just off camera to the right there to find out whether or not that is all 4 points. And she's got about 15 seconds to figure it out. And that'll just be 2. That'll just be 2 for the Bangers there. To 0 for the Kilmores, who have eclipsed the century mark, and they're at 105 to the 62 for the Bangers.
I mean, at the end of the first period, it was 80 to 30, I believe. So the Bangers are making headway.
Slowly but surely, but they've only got another 6 minutes to actually make a substantial dent in here. And Nymphadora Bonks is like, nah, I pick up points.
Right. Something Borrowed, a.k.a. Slim Sadie, jamming for the Bangers. Nymphadora Bonks out as lead jammer.
Kitten Boots with some primo blocking there, last-ditch efforts. And however, it takes a little bit of a tumble, and that means that she is not a skater. So you can go right inbounds directly before her, and that's Slim Sadie not picking up lead jammer, but being able to get out of the pack. And here comes Aerial Assault joining the, well, it's empty for now, at the Bandit and Briggs penalty box.
Bandit and Briggs penalty box. It's
oh, no, what's Salty doing?
Salty's
going to the penalty box.
I believe for a low block there
Yeah.
was she was trying to gain control, and it looked like
it looks like Ariel picked up a double there. I saw the little two-finger taps to the wrist there.
That means 2.
Yep, that does mean 2 penalties, not 2 minutes. So it's one of those things where if you don't hear your name and number being called, it's you'll stay out there, and then the ref is just like, I told you, go to the box.
Familiar matchup: Cat for the Bangers jamming, and Sasbury jamming for
Cat getting into her bag of tricks and picking up lead jammer status. A couple of fun little head fakes and jukes there, taking advantage of the depleted line there for the Kilmores, and that is 4 points in a real hurry. Not even 20 seconds is off of the clock there, and the Bangers are doing a good job of keeping the Sasbury pointless, not pointless, but hasn't completed that initial pass, and that's so far 8 points.
Right.
Sass does have the star in her hand, and the pivot, Salty Maud, has just rejoined and called for it and got it. Being hunted down there by Killer.
Let's see what Cat does. I'd be interested to see. Does she run it? No, she does not.
Nope, she's going to call it. There's only 4 minutes left. We're going to see her back on the track, I would wager, before the end of everything, because this is within striking distance now. If the Kilmores make some pretty strong errors and the Banger sisters really pounce on it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that jam alone was 12-0. So
right.
And
it took no time at all. It was like maybe a minute and a half off of the clock.
Right. So
right. My math is bad.
No, I think you're about right. Right enough anyway. Faye Smelter jamming for the Kilmores, and Archie jamming for the Bangers.
Yep. Archie trying to fight through there, and then that'll be number 20 something borrowed being passed there at the last second there by Faye Smelter, and they are probably going to run this one.
It would be
oh
an
no,
option.
we're getting the hit it and quit it there from Marge Hadron Collider at the bench staff for the Kilmores. Let's see what happens.
It's always a suggestion when you're a bench coach. That's what I say. Like, it's true, because when you're out there jamming, you truly are the one in control. So if you say, you know what, I got juice, I can do it, then do it. Then do it. Yeah. So
empowering skaters here at North Star Roller Derby is our bench staffs.
That's right.
Most of them, anyway. I can't speak for all of them. They're not here on the mic.
Well.
So yeah.
Sample size of 1, you're correct.
That's not a raid. I apologize. You're all very lovely people and lovely bench staffs. Thank you for helping us all
out. Bonks jamming for the Kilmores. Katarina hit back out again, as you predicted.
Again, yep. We have a 31-point gap that Katarina is trying to eclipse, but it's going to be pretty difficult if she's not able to get out the lead jammer status. And by this time, her last jam, she already had
Museum Services Power Jam for the Bangers.
Very timely for the Bangers, so hopefully they'll be able to take advantage of it. That'll be Katarina attempting to get around. That'll be lead jammer status at least getting picked up. Only 2 minutes remain on the clock to pick up 31 points.
And we have 1 and 1 in the AKA two dogs penalty box.
2 pups in the penalty box. We've got Katarina holding up the horns. I presume that's nope, that's down to a 1. So we're trying to figure out who's going to be providing that offense. Assuming that was a play call of some kind.
Yeah, that was for sure.
Yep.
And a big spill kind of on the inside line there.
Bonks out the box and bonks out the pack. That is absolutely going to prompt Katarina Hit to call that off.
So the Bangers picked up 4 in that last pass, kept the Kilmores scoreless. Smalls, do I need to be louder on this mic? Can you hear me okay?
No, you're at a good level.
Okay.
Hopefully the fine people of youtube.com/@ North Star Roller Derby can tell us how we're doing.
Right.
I was going to throw the full address in there if I can. So we've got Hannah for the Bangers going up against Sass for the Kilmores. So we're going to see what Hannah is able to accomplish here for what is potentially the final jam of this first bout of the evening.
I would expect to see the Bangers call, if they're able to call a timeout to get one last jam, if they are able to.
If they're able to get it, yep. And we've already got a lead jammer status being picked up there for Sasbury, so that is going to presumably be it for this championship bout. We're going to find out what the point score, the point total is going to be at the very end of everything.
So on the period clock, there are 22 seconds. The jam clock has 1 minute and 20 seconds. The way this works is you just have to run out the period clock and then call it.
Absolutely.
Or you can choose to skate the full 1 minute and 10. That's an option.
Yeah, it's not a very good option. I mean, if you're trying to win, or if you're trying like.
That was a big spill by Hannah.
Yep, big spill by Hannah on the outside. Presumably applied there. I was glancing at the so I didn't get to see who laid that hit.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Yep, that is going that. I see fatigue.
So we're past the 0 point for the period clock, and Sass sees that, got her points and calls it.
Got her points and calls it. That'll be the unofficial score, and barring any kind of catastrophic bookkeeping, that is going to be your Kilmores, the season 18 champions. Score of 116 to 81, unless again something gets updated. But that is a well-fought victory there for the Kilmores. Very decisive. They came out here and they had a plan, and they absolutely were able to execute against the Bangers. The Bangers were another one of those teams that started the season with not a whole lot of returning skaters, so they had to incorporate a lot of fresh talent and take advantage of that foster system with North Star Roller Derby. But they made it all the way to the championship bout, and that is not too shabby.
Not too shabby. Also not too shabby of a period 2 for the Bangers. I mean,
they got it together for sure. Yeah, they had a much more successful second half compared to the Kilmores. But the Kilmores just had so much of a lead going into going into the second half that was going to be. You had to check all the boxes. You had to do all that stuff perfectly, and doing things perfectly in roller derby is very, very difficult.
Yeah.
Great fight. Way to keep going. Way to make some changes, make some adjustments, and make a good contest out of it.
To celebrate, they might enjoy something from one of our sponsors, Angry Inch Brewing.
Hey,
Angry beer smalls for happy people.
That's us.
Angry Inch has everything you could need.
Yes.
They got a beer and a dog-friendly patio. You could take a trip down to Lakeville and check out their full-flavored, malt-forward beers.
Lovely, and you can come and celebrate with us after the next bout, because you don't want to get there before we do. Well, what are you doing? Like some kind of nerd? No, you want to wait until the second bout is done, and that'll be between the Deltas and the Violent Friends. And I have got it on some pretty good authority that you do not want to miss the Violent Friends roll. But here's the presentation of the trophy. You can see that we've got some pink wheels on there for our previous. Those are pink wheels?
I believe
correct?
so. Yeah, I think that's from us. Yeah.
Yep. So the color of the wheels indicate the trophy from whence it came. And the previous owners of the North Star Roller Derby Championship trophy were the Deltas. But tonight, we crown your new Season 18 North Star Roller Derby Home Team champions, the Kilmores.
And it looks like we have some bangers mixed in there because why
they're
not?
getting it. They're getting a big old group photo. They may be asking for the other. I don't have all the statistics in front of me, but it would not shock me to learn that the bangers that are joining them on the track right now had also fostered for them during the season. So there's a little bit of just a big old mix of friends having fun hitting friends.
That's right. That's right.
Friends having fun hitting friends. You too can join the action if you wish. Join our Satellites and Cosmos training program so that you too can become a glamorous roller derby rock and roll star. We have training available for all shapes, sizes, and skill levels. If you don't have all the gear, I have it on good authority that Daryl B. Blood will hook you up.
They have many gears to be loaned. Many gears. Many
gears to be loaned. Many gears to be used by you, the listener, and potential future skater. But for now, let's let the Kilmores celebrate their victory here. I don't think this is their victory song. It's like some piano stuff. Even though there is some distorted piano going on in Andrew WK songs, it's definitely not this one. They're just getting some family photos there, brought to you by the ever lovely pre-Flash Gordon in his trademark red T-shirt and coveralls.
That's right.
Lovely pictures by a lovely man.
He achieved internet fame a few years back when his kitty cat was how how do you put
yeah.
it? Missing, and then it turned out he was like hitching a ride on the back of
or underneath
undercarriage.
in the undercarriage of the vehicle that Pre-Flash was forced to drive away. So Percy.
Percy, that's right.
Yep, Percy was a brave soul and survived I think it was like a 3-hour truck ride. Brave cat.
Yeah.
He will be missed. He had a wonderful life.
Oh,
Brought
okay.
to you by Pre-Flash Gordon. We are going to take not a brief intermission, but we've got a little timer here on our side of things. That says about 25 minutes. I'm going to wager that we're going to take perhaps a little bit less amount of time. But
Smalls, thank you for letting me announce.
Absolutely, yeah. I hope you had fun. I know that I did. I know that you've got a job to do getting your pink unicorns across the finish line here this evening.
That's right. We got to go plot and scheme and plan.
Yes, plot, scheme, plan, and prepare for those friends. They are violent.
Well, it's going to be a fun game regardless.
Oh yeah,
So-
everybody's friends here with everybody else. So we all do this because we enjoy it, and we enjoy you all joining us on the new home for North Star Roller Derby, youtube.com/at North Star Roller Derby. Thank you again for joining us. We're going to take a brief intermission and pop in around. We'll give you a 5-minute warning. Thanks, everybody. We'll be right back. Attention, roller derby fans! If you are in an adjacent room within earshot of the voice or the sounds of your speakers, this is your 4-minute and 23-second official warning before we get back to action between the Violent Friends and the Delta Delta Die team. It's just Delta Delta Die. It's not the Delta Delta Die. But anyways, you got about 4 minutes. Come on back. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. We are back for the second bout of the evening, and this will be between the Friends and it says NSRD on the scoreboard. We all know it's Delta Delta Die. I know it, you know it, and my new guest knows it.
Hello.
Hello. Why don't you feel free to introduce yourselves to our audience?
Hello, everyone. I am Hallelujah, aka Louie, and I'm super excited.
Great. If I could ask you to hold the microphone a little bit closer to you. Perfect.
A little closer? Okay.
Great. Exactly where it ought to be. That's leveling's hard. Anyways, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to a fun little third place bout here before everybody ships off to Gabe's in St. Paul for the official after party. We're going to close that place down. It's going to be lovely. But yeah, before we get to the action, it says a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the board there. We're going to see if we can't introduce the Violent Friends, and Louie can take us away.
Awesome. So for the Violent Friends, we have 00 Marlboro Dread, 009 Miko Meat Sauce, 1066 Sank Bite, number 11 Paparazzi, 120 All the Way Faye, Number 13, Torrential Pain. Number 1300, Katarina Hit. Number 15, Daryl B. Blood. 277, Electric Cutie. 23, Snarly Parker. 314, Ample Pie. 36, Disco Scream. 44, Gym Rat. 588, Schwing. 8, Batty Longlegs. 80, Kitten Boots. And 842, Riff Track. And on the bench, they've got Mo Rodder and Sarah Bellum.
Perfect. I apologize to All the Way, Faye, and Schwing. I had to enter these rosters in very last second, and I obviously missed a couple of people. Nothing personal, just incompetence, I promise.
We still love you.
We still love you very much. Thank you for participating in the foster system for North Star Roller Derby to make sure that we've got a good number of skaters for each of the teams so that we can have a fun time. Just a big old
blast.
And a blast may be a very appropriate word here in just a moment. I've got some insider information because obviously Pop Roxy and I are longtime partners. We just celebrated our 13-year anniversary earlier in the week. So thank you. Yeah, so
happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. It's well, we love each other very much, and she loves her team very much, and that will be apparent very shortly.
I'm always excited by whatever shenanigans the friends get up to.
Yeah, they adopted the moniker of Number Fun not too long ago, and they've fully embraced all of that. So we are back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you have anything that you want to say to us, you can feel free to do so in the comment section. It does require you to be subscribed to North Star Roller Derby on youtube.com/at North Star Roller Derby. It doesn't cost a thing. We do not email you about anything. We basically just leave you alone. So if you want to pipe up in the comment section, just click that little subscribe button, and we're going to be off to the races. So they're introducing Delta Delta Die, which means I get to read off who is skating for Delta Delta Die. And they are hopefully on your screen in a lovely pink Pepto-Bismol color. So number 011 is Baller, number 16 is Blue Barracuda, number 19 is Undervalued Participant, 1964 is Sunny Ono, number 20 is Slim Say You Know, recognize them earlier from the earlier bout as Something Borrowed. Number 24 is Lumberjill, number 29 is Boomafoo, number 3 is Super Hut, 300 is Aerial Assault, 46 is Hit List, number 612 is Lunatic, number 622 is Kilroy, 666 there is Sailor Doom, number 7 is Guillotina, and 7962 is Black Eyed Susie. They are bench coached by Slammer Jack, who joined me earlier on the previous broadcast, and we've got the Hoffa, also known as David Smashelhoff, and Lumberjill is not skating this evening. She is participating in the bench Coach O-Rama for the Deltas. Yep, and Kilroy you'll recognize as Killer, who was skating in blue not too long ago. And Aerial, that's number 13, number 666 they just introduced. That is Sailor Doom, and she was skating as number 1313 for, I just saw the Kilmores.
Yes.
So, yep, great. So Delta Delta Die has been introduced. They're going to go back to their bench, and we've got the the Violent Friends on the way. I can't tell you what kind of DMCA protected song is playing, but it does involve a very difficult task. One would say impossible. And we have the Violent Friends setting up.
Oh, this is beautiful.
We have a very large lighter. We've got Miko Meat Sauce acting as the flame, burning down the fuse.
Headed towards, oh my goodness,
Headed towards a
bomb?
It's a bomb! And there they go, the Violent Friends. Boom, pow, and they're down on the track. Everything went according to plan. And this is Miko Meat Sauce having her moment with the rest of her team on the floor waving to everybody on the stream here. Thank you so much for joining us here for the introduction of the Violent Friends. Season 18, vying for third place against Delta Delta Die. Everybody waving as their number is being called. Oh, yes, so 588 swing. That will be Salty Mod cosplaying as a violent friend this evening. Everybody waving from the There's Mo Rotter. We have gathering the fuse.
Making sure
The
there's
violent
nothing
friends,
left
making sure
on
there's
the
nothing
track.
left. Perfectly according to plan. A little hug there from her captains and fellow skaters there for Miko.
That was beautiful.
Poetry in motion. It really was. So now we've got. We're going to find out who's going to be jamming here first for both of the teams as well as blocking. Yep, pre-Flash Gordon getting his camera in there for the count-offs for each of the teams. And yeah, a very fun way to start the third place bout. Why don't we talk about our sponsors real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. If you are someone who wishes that your work could suck less, at Tiffany D. Moore Consulting, you can find the support and essential tools you need to thrive. Visit tdmoreconsulting.com to learn more about her amazing leadership skills, team engagement, and overall organizational effectiveness.
Excellent. Yes, thank you to Tiffany D. Moore Consulting. You may know Tiffany D. Moore as Alabama Slamma, a currently retired, but nobody's ever permanently retired in this sport, so we may yet see her. Speaking of seeing her, there goes Jimothy Rathew out for lead jammer status for the Violent Friends to start us off, but not too far behind is Slim Sadie by about half a track length.
Jim Rat is making her way through the pack,
Yep.
and then calling it off.
Picking up none points. Oh no, wait, I was looking at the wrong shade of red. So I was looking at
Wrong shade of red.
Yep. So that would be all 4 points being picked up there by Jim Rat, and we've got Baller for the Deltas skating up against rookie jammer for the Violent Friends, Batty Longlegs. Bit of a, well, not a totally disconnected pack, but we have a couple of skaters away from the shapes and braces for each of the teams there, so we're going to see how the action decides to filter out there. Some strong offense there by undervalued participant being played and allowing Baller to break out and pick up that lead jammer status, so one for each of the teams.
Yeah, Batty Longlegs not too far behind. Baller took a little bit of a spill there inside the apex and then called it off.
Called it out with both hands. The jam ref Wanda is going to consult and put up one finger in the air for the Delta, so both teams are on the board. 4-1. All right, Miko Mitsas, you know her previously as her role as the Fuse in earlier in the broadcast, going out for her first jam of the evening against Sailor Doom. These are both new skaters for both teams. So it's like both teams are fostering some skill. Ooh, there's a bit of a pile up there being just occurring rather by both of the teams. Sailor Doom is able to get out for lead jammer status. Miko Mitsas currently pumping her legs, trying to get around Lunatic and Aerial Assault. We've got Katarina Hit wearing the stripe for the Violent Friends as, that'll be, would have been a low block if it were a different, for somebody else, but that'll be Lunatic doing a not low block against Sailor Doom.
Miko has got the star off, looking for a chance to hand that star over to Katarina Hit.
Yeah, looks like they tried to fake out the star pass, and that was sniffed out pretty quickly there by Kilroy and the rest of the Deltas. Again, Aerial Assault, Lunatic, and that appears to be, I can't see who that is exactly.
I believe that is also Guillotina.
Guillotina, yeah. Awesome. We have a track cut being called against Kilroy, so that'll be the first penalty of the evening, and then goes not too far behind is Miko Mitsas. We'll find out what those penalties were all about here in a little bit. 4 for the Deltas, though. So our first lead change. Or wait, did I see points for the Violent Friends there? I don't
believe so. So I do think that is our first lead change.
It is our first lead change. We also have a special shout-out here. Let's see. Happy birthday to Papa Raffi, a.k.a. John Jarvis, celebrating his 69th birthday with North Star Roller Derby. Thank you so much, for, Papa Raffi, and thanks so much to Traffic Jam, one of the new champions here at North Star Roller Derby, for the special shout-out on your birthday. All right. James Rathew once again trying to fight against the wall of pink to pick up lead jammer status, but nope, that'll go to Slim Sadie. No, that's not Slim Sadie.
I believe that's Zaboomafoo.
That is Zaboomafoo. You are correct. Here, put the roster in the middle.
Thank
so
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So we can all be accurate. That's an important thing there.
It looks like there was a little bit of a jammer change for the friends, and now we've got Sankbite jamming. Took the star.
Yep, we've got. I totally missed what happened there. I don't see.
think.
Yep. Okay, there goes the Boomafoo picking up some points. We've got Sank as the new jammer for the Violent Friends. Sank Bite. And Pop Roxy is going to be going to the. Oh, so that was a star pass. Okay, so nothing crazy. I was like looking around like I don't see Jim Rat. I don't see Jim Rat. Where is she? She just recently came back mid-season off of an injury. So no more injuries, please.
Please, knock on wood.
I'm knocking. Everybody at home is knocking. Thank you. Oh no, my camera has gone out. One moment, please. Sorry about the confusion here. Let's find out what happened.
In the meantime, I'll keep you updated. We've got Sec, and Pop Roxy is returning to the track from the penalty box, hoping to provide a little bit of offense for Sankbite, but ultimately not getting a whole ton of purchase there.
Okay, looks like we had a bit of a network connectivity issue as well, but it looks like we're back up and online. We had a little bit of a blip earlier, but we are back, and we will be hopefully returning to the video feed very shortly. It's good on the back end of things here, so we're just waiting for YouTube to catch up, but I think we should be okay. And there's the confirmation. Thank goodness. So everything looks like it's back up and running. Yep, thank you to Jam It Dim, who's watching at home, keeping me updated about all of our updates here. Batty Longlegs is trying to jam up against the wall of pink there. We've got Aerial Assault. That'll be number 3 also for the Deltas. It'll be Super Hut, and away goes Batty Longlegs for lead jammer status for the Valiant Friends. Not too far behind is Slim Sadie. Doesn't have the star hat on, though.
You got to make sure you're wearing the hat to be able to score points.
Yep, and Batty Longlegs dragged a toe stop on that last scoring pass. So she'll go to the box, and we will have a power jam brought to you by Museum Services.
It's going to be a Museum Services power jam with Batty Longlegs taking a seat in the Bandit and Briggs penalty box.
Alrighty, we got Slim Sadie fighting around the friends over there.
My camera has gone out again. I do apologize for that. But we do have Slim Sadie doing a pass there. That'll be 4 points for her on the far side. So the power jam will come to an end. And we've got 49 seconds left in the jam. One moment, everybody. I'm going to try our internet connection restored. Maybe our camera will come back as well. That would be nice.
That'd be nice.
It would be. I see the camera is operational. Nothing from the camera on the stream yet. Which is highly unfortunate. Batty Longlegs, anyway, comes out with another 4-point pass. We've got 1 second, and that'll be the natural conclusion of this jam. That'll be 4 points for the Violent Friends. That may increment up here in a second once everything gets updated.
Current score at 32 for Delta Delta Die and 12 for the Violent Friends.
Yes. So let me troubleshoot my camera just a little bit more. We may have you all back here. Do apologize for these last-minute sort of issues with our tech things. Let me. All right, so we've got who's jamming up? Miko Meat Sauce is back under the jammer star for the Violent Friends. There was a bit of an issue there with the jammer for the
Deltas.
For the Deltas. So that'll be a power. We're going to start on the power jam for the Violent Friends. Let's see.
Pushing up against, I believe that's Aerial, and picking up lead jammer, finally making it out of that pack on that initial pass. And it looks like Slim Sadie is out of the box and through the pack.
It appears that-
Undervalued participant running Miko back.
Excellent, and it looks like we may have our video feed back up and online, which is fantastic. We will see. Thanks for keeping us updated there at home, everybody. Do apologize for the issues, but hopefully it'll be smooth sailing for the rest of the bout.
Knock on wood once
Knock on
again.
wood. Keep doing that. Yep. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me here, Louie. I know it hasn't been the smoothest sailing up until this point, but we are going to get to smoother waters here hopefully very soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm having a blast either way.
Great. Yeah, I mean, we're still watching roller derby whether or not everybody on YouTube is. And if you want to avoid these sort of technical issues, you can always join us here at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum and watch all of this in real life 3D. Baller is not lead jammer behind Jim Rat. Jim Rat's got about half of a... Oh, and faked out a little apex jump there and decides to call it off before Baller gets to the back of the pack. 4 more points for the Friends. That'll bring their total up to 16 to 33 for Delta Die.
I feel like that's a Gym Rat special, is the little apex jump in the...
Oh, yeah, the little cute little hops, yeah.
Making it look so easy, even
So
though it
easy.
is absolutely not.
No, my only success, as a jammer, my only successful apex jump wound up with me like landing and then slipping and falling right away, but in bounds, so it still counted.
But in bounds, and
In
that's what
bounds.
matters.
Yep. Here goes Batty Longlegs jamming against Sailor Doom. Sailor Doom is trying to get around Snarly Parker. We've got Pop Roxy delivering a last-minute hit all the way to the outside there. Sailor Doom was able to pick up lead jammer status, but thanks to a last-minute hit there by Pop Roxy, that'll be a pointless lead jammer status.
Very quick jam.
Very quick jam. That happens when you that happens when you get obliterated after getting lead jammer. It's like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Actually,
I'm out.
can we not?
Yeah, I pass. Wonderful. So Miko Meatsauce is back under the jammer star for the Violent Friends against. That
Looks like Zaboomafoo.
Zaboomafoo is back, yes. As well as our camera, thank goodness. And the rest of the feed.
Woohoo.
So Faye Smelter providing, or all the way Faye, excuse me, providing some offense there for Miko Meatsauce, who's trying to barrel her way through the deltas there. But Zaboomafoo is able to pick up lead jammer status amongst all of the confusion. Miko Meatsauce able to absorb the hit from Martini hit list and stay in bounds. Great body control there by Miko, but still unable to get around and hit lists, and I believe that is Guillotina able to scoot her out of bounds and recycle her all the way to the back.
Never love to be recycled all the way to the back of the pack.
Oh boy, it's just the worst. Not to mention, like, just how bad jamming is. Nobody likes to do that.
Nobody likes to jam.
Nope, we've got star passes being attempted here, and there goes, yep, that'll be Katarina Hit picking up taking that star. Taking off the pivot hat. And
Zaboomafoo is lead.
Yep, Zaboomafoo
So-
is lead and being flapped at.
Slapped at by the bench.
By the bench coach. And yep, that message does make its way to the third base coach for the Deltas.
But
He's wearing the most fluorescent pink. You can see it on the
Yeah.
it's a bright pink dot in the top left. Yep, calls it off, but not before Katarina Hit's able to pick up 2 points. So, you know, better than nothing.
better than nothing. Absolutely.
Yes, thanks for sticking with us through our little technical difficulties there on our new home for North Star Roller Derby here on YouTube. And yeah, just as a little reminder, you'll never have to pay a cent beyond, you know, your internet service provider to get access to our YouTube videos and all that sort of thing. So, yep, just join us on YouTube, and we will be happy to provide you with the action. If you appreciate this service and if you appreciate North Star Roller Derby, please visit our website, northstarrollerderby.com. Click on the About link. I think it's the About link. And then find out ways to donate to North Star Roller Derby. We are a 501c3 organization, so all of that is tax deductible.
Looking at this jam, we got Jim Rat for the Violent Friends and Slim Sadie for the Deltas.
Yep, and Slim Sadie got out of the pack first, but it was a no pass, no penalty, so she's not technically lead. So lead is open, and as soon as Jim Rat gets around, undervalued participant who told me to insult her, but you know, I'll try. Once she's got. Oh, okay.
It
So
looks like neither actually is lead.
neither is. Yeah.
I'm afraid I missed what might have happened.
Okay, Sadie tried to call it off. It was not granted by Wanda Go. So that means that neither jammer is eligible for lead jam. So there was no pass, no penalty on Sadie. I do not understand why Jim Rat is not lead jammer, but I'm not a referee.
I'm also not a referee.
What a fancy move there by Jim Rat. That'll be picking up 4 more points. Nice little slide move to the inside of the track there. Pop Roxy popping Slim Sadie to the infield but is going to be receiving a direction of play penalty for her troubles.
Slim Sadie finally making it out of the pack again.
Yeah, both jammers not having the easiest time making it through the pack, but do eventually make it through. Here comes Disco Scream out of the box, but that's going to be a track up penalty because she came in, and she's got a smile on her face like, yeah, that was silly. Why did I do that? And Pop Roxy's like, yeah, you know what you did, right? Uh-huh. Cool. Great. Welcome back to the Bandit and Briggs penalty box.
Both teams putting up a good number of points so far,
Yeah.
though.
Multiplayer block being assessed there to undervalued participant, while Marlboro Dread and Sank Bite. There's a forearm penalty there being called on Marlboro Dread after successfully, well, we kind of know why. It's easier to shove people out of bounds when you use your forearms, but.
Sure is.
Well, that was an epic. That was
Yeah.
a whole lot of jam.
That was a lot of jam.
Yeah. I don't think either of the jammers knew what they were signing up for when that jam started. It's like, I'll probably do like a hit it and quit it. We'll see what's going on here. But no, you're going to get 2 whole minutes of jamming.
2 whole minutes.
And we have a timeout being called by the officials for some track repair, track maintenance. I alluded earlier to the small rope that is being taped on the outside of the track. There's also one on the inside of the track, which is currently being repaired. Gets rolled over all the time. It's tape. It's tape, folks. It's nothing.
Just tape.
Yeah. Nothing space-aged here whatsoever. This is still roller skating after all. So yeah, 34 for the Violent Friends to 57 for the Deltas. We've got just under 5 minutes left in the first period. So we'll see what the Friends can do to chip away at this lead before we go into the intermission. Friends starting 1 blocker short, and Baller trying to take advantage of that. Getting not quite around Daryl B. Blood, and having to get recycled all the way to the back behind Electrocutie and Daryl and Schwing.
Batty Longlegs picking up lead for the Friends.
And Baller getting recycled yet again. We have a wall of hit lists, Super Hut, and number 196 verse. Nope, that's it's Black Eyed Susie is the other jammer of note. Nope, excuse me, that's Blue Barracuda. Providing defense there, only giving up apparently 4 points to Batty Longlegs. Batty Longlegs, as you'll know, had the other 24-point jam of the season. Batty put up 24 points in one jam. Yeah, in her first bout. That was in Shakopee at
Canterbury.
Canterbury, thank you. They've got horses. They've got bedding. They've got
The place with the horses.
yeah. They've got a location much further south than we currently are. Anyways, here comes Sailor Doom.
And Miko Meat Sauce.
And Miko Meat Sauce. Miko Meat Sauce for the Friends, and Sailor Doom able to make her way through, but not beyond Katarina Hit, who is playing kind of like a safety position up there, trying to provide some offense, but also turning that into defense in the nick of time for the Violent Friends. Miko trying to barrel her way through the middle of the pack. Bit of a whip there going on, and that'll be Sailor Doom picking up lead jammer status.
And it looks like Aerial Assaulta is headed to the penalty. Aerial Assault, my apologies, is headed to the penalty box. Didn't catch what for.
I thought I saw some waving of arms in a direction of play style of penalty. So we've got a successful star pass being handed off there to Katarina Hit as the pivot. That'll be the initial pass completed for the Violent Friends. And here comes Sailor Doom up against Pop Roxy. And Pop Roxy able to hit Sailor Doom to the floor, but gets offended by her own teammates, unfortunately, and out goes Sailor Doom, and Katarina Hit able to knock Sailor Doom to the outside to the oohs and ahs of the crowd.
And the pack was able to catch back up and wrap her back up in that. So
Yep.
called it off. Smart move.
Indeed. So yeah, there'll be 8 new points for the Deltas and 4 new points for the Violent Friends. Just over 2 minutes left in this period, so we're going to eclipse that 2-minute mark here. So this could potentially be the final jam of the period. And not a dissimilar score to our first bout, but a little bit closer.
A little bit closer.
Yeah.
This time we got Jim Rat jamming for the Friends and Zaboomafoo back up for the Deltas. Jim Rat getting run back by undervalued participant.
Whom I hear is very rude and a poor driver.
Oh, and a poor driver.
Yeah, and that's all the insulting that I'm, willing to do. Anyways, neither jammer having a whole lot of success of getting through the pack there. There was Jim Rat kind of going through her own blockers, and her own blockers kind of had to allow that, which then allows Zaboomafoo to get through. Zaboomafoo, right?
Yes.
Yep, Zaboomafoo to get through the pack. And then there's a star pass, another quick one there for the Violent Friends. That'll be Sank Bite picking up that star. And the Violent Friends able to successfully keep Zaboomafoo from scoring any additional points so far.
Sank Bite
Picking up 4
sneaking.
points for the Violent Friends on the outside of the track there. Violent Friends attempting to reform at the beginning or at the top of the pack there, but not before Zaboomafoo was able to pick up all 4 points yet again. Yeah, 4-4, so it's 46-69, and we've got 35 seconds left on the jam clock and 15 seconds to line up. So we will have one more jam, at least for period 1 of our third place contest. Our camera's still here. Our internet is still here.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. We're having a great time.
This time we got Slim Sadie for the Deltas and Batty Longlegs back out for the Violent Friends. Both push against those walls.
Yep, pushing against those walls. We've got some veterans out there. Oh, that'll be a track cut penalty by Batty Longlegs. So Slim Sadie has removed the helmet cover. She's getting yelled at by the entirety of the bench about whether or not she should put the hat back on. Puts the hat back on. We're going to find out if she's able to pick up lead jammer status before Batty gets out of the box. Period clock has expired, but there's a minute 25 left on the jam clock, so we will respect that jam clock until somebody's able to pick up lead jammer status and call it off, or the natural conclusion arrives. More whistles. That'll be a penalty of some sort on Schwing, and Batty Longlegs is now out of the box. Just in time for Slim Sadie to approach the back of the pack for her scoring pass.
And it looks like Batty was able to pick up lead just before getting that penalty, so this will be a full-length
This
jam.
will be the two. Oh, thank you so much for keeping an eye on that. Batty is battling against aerial assault up there at the front and is finally able to get around. Not lead jammer status is being called. We've got another call of multiplayer block against Pop Roxy. Batty Longlegs once again going up against aerial assault, and we've got another penalty being called on that'll be Slim Sadie. So this will be a Museum Services Power Jam for the remainder 30 seconds of this jam. The two Deltas just sat down in the box, so there's a real chance that they will start the second period being down 2 blockers. But Batty Longlegs putting on a big bad clinic for your Violent Friends here, picks up 4 more points, closing that gap. We've got 8 seconds left. And Batty is getting the skate your heart out from Torrential Pain there on the sidelines. And that'll be the end of this first one. And that'll be 2 more points picked up by Batty Longlegs. Plenty of momentum for your Violent Friends to carry into the locker room. So this is 56-73 going into the intermission. We'll take a 10-minute break. Yeah, thanks for joining us again here, everybody. We'll bring you the final half of the final bout of the evening. In just a few minutes here, we'll have the 2 teams go to their respective locker rooms or wherever they want to gather. They don't have to go all the way back to the locker room, not their dad. And they'll figure it out and come back and provide some more action for you. This is your 1 minute warning if you are cleaning the attic, brushing your pets, changing the oil in your car, delivering groceries. You have just under 1 minute to rejoin us here at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the lovely Minnesota State Fairgrounds before we get kicked off with Bout 2, Period 2 of the evening. This is the third place bout between the Violent Friends and Delta Die. If you have just joined us, the Violent Friends had been down by a substantial margin, but carried a lot of momentum thanks to defense and some timely penalties and the jamming prowess of Batty Longlegs. And see who else was jamming for that. We had Sankbite. Jim Rat. Sankbite was putting up some points after taking a star pass. So it's the Violent Friends are on the come up, and if I know anything about the bench coaches and the bench staff for Delta Die, they are going to make adjustments. They are some pretty sharp cookies in that area, as well as the Violent Friends, obviously. So both teams always making adjustments in halftime and trying to figure it all out and go home with a W.
This is going to be an exciting second half.
Yep, I'm very much looking forward to it. Thank you again for joining us here on youtube.com/at North Star Roller Derby, the new home of North Star Roller Derby action. As I mentioned going into the break, the Deltas are going to be starting this half without a jammer and without a blocker. So that'll be a very easy pass, the quickest of the evening, I believe, for Batty Longlegs. Getting out in lead jammer status before the clock hits 1:55. So that's pretty quick.
Pretty quick. Slim Sadie still making it out, though.
Yep. Slim Sadie making it out, and Kilroy slowly being able to dial in Batty Longlegs' number there and hold everything until the very last bit there. 2 points, I guess.
Better than nothing.
Yep, just how they drew it up. Where they get points and the Deltas don't. They probably wanted more than 2, but, you know.
Got to get it little by little.
Little by little, got to chip away at that lead. So Miko Mitsas is going to attempt to chip away at that lead for the Violent Friends, and Baller is going to try to increase that lead. The penalty box is currently empty. We'll see if that lasts. The pivot for the Violent Friends is Jim Rat. Pivot for the Deltas is Martini Hit List. And Baller is trying to get around Rift Track. Does not. He gets recycled all the way to the back and has to try all over again. Miko Mitsas, in the meantime, is getting blocked there by Black Eyed Susie. As I mentioned, Hit List is doing the brace work there. And then we've got...
looks like Blue Barracuda.
I believe that is Blue Barracuda, indeed. Baller finally able to pinball through the slightly broken wall there of the Violent Friends. That broken wall brought to you by undervalued participant. Some offense and communication there being provided by Rift Track, but some hip hits there being provided by Pop Roxy and Jim Rat to, temporarily at least delay Baller from picking up 4 points on that jam, or on that pass, excuse me.
Miko has taken the hat off, and it looks like has given it to Jim Rat, who is now out of the pack.
Out at speed, I might say.
Zooming
on out there, and then that'll be another hit and 3 more points being picked up there by Baller before calling it off with both hands. And we will proceed to jam number 3. New jammer for the Violent Friends, number 36 is Disco Scream, also new to the Violent Friends this season. Going up against number 666, Sailor Doom. Not your whistle is called. 5 seconds is called, and here goes jam number 3 of period 2. Disco Scream able to use some shove and get mostly free, but also takes a spill and has to recover before proceeding with the quest to pick up lead jammer status.
Bouncing off of Gigi there.
Yep, we got some. Yep, so there's some rules situations being communicated there. Oh, the hat fell off. That's what happened, or was removed. So now it's been removed, and now Sankbite does have that jammer hat. Unfortunately, dropped it and has to retreat to pick it up. Was in a pretty good spot until dropping it, however.
It looks like something else was dropped. It looked like there was something small and metal that was maybe dropped instead.
Small and metal.
I don't know what exactly, but
a wheel nut, perhaps. Oh,
maybe.
Yeah, there's some searching around on the bench here. Oh, there's a Y tool being passed around, and those Y tools are used to adjust the trucks and wheels and nuts, etc. Kingpins of the
of the skates.
Of the skates, thank you. Losing my train of thought mid-sentence. Not
it looks
great.
like it was a toe stop that might have fallen off.
Ugh.
One that you can survive without, but definitely not ideal.
But not if you don't. If you lose your toe stop and you don't know about it, you try to turn around and do a turnaround toe stop, and it's not there. You're in a bad place.
You're in a world of hurt called the concrete.
So we have some discussion being held between track official Sear as well as Pop Roxy and Daryl B. Blood. Sank Bite is currently wearing the star in the penalty box for the Violent Friends. We're going to find out what is going on here with Sear and the rest of the contest. All right, so that'll be Daryl B. Blood hitting the
penalty box as
hitting
well.
the penalty box as well. So unsure of what the penalty was. I see some shrugs happening between Daryl and Sank in the box. So this will be a power jam start for the Deltas. Will be Zabumafu? No.
No. I think that looks like Slim Sadie, possibly.
Nope, that's not Slim Sadie. That is Lunatic.
I think this
Lunatic
is the first time we've seen her jam.
It is the first time we've seen her jam. She was following undervalued participant, and we have another penalty being called against the Violent Friends, and that'll be Jim Rat going to the box, and that'll mean that Sank Bite is going to be a jammer without a pivot.
For at least a little bit.
For at least a little bit. So for at least the next 30 seconds, Sank Bite's going to need to try to fight through that wall. Little psych out and tries to scoot to the outside, being sniffed out pretty quickly, and then there goes Lunatic, able to pick up 4 more points.
Sneaking through on that inside rope that we were talking about earlier.
Inside rope. That'll be undervalued participant picking up a clockwise block penalty. Here comes Lunatic approaching the back of the Friends wall and able to get out, and that'll be Rift Track and Daryl B. Blood trying to keep her from getting too much further, but away she goes for 3 points. Excuse me, that was a no pass, no penalty call there. There was a little bit of a whip, not a whip, when we were trying to hand off the star hat there. That star hat's getting a workout.
Jim Rat indeed grabbing that star for the Violent Friends after getting out of the penalty box, but then getting knocked out, getting recycled just a tiny bit.
Yep, and hit list living up to her name there, keeping Jim Rat from having an easy 4-point pass, but has a difficult 4-point pass instead. And there's going to be a forearm penalty there being called on hit list. 2 points were picked up by Lunatic on the final pass there. That will bring their point total up to 17, which will bring us to the 100 mark even. So that'll be 100 for the Deltas and 62 for the Violent Friends.
Definitely not out of reach, though.
Oh, no, certainly not, especially not with 14 minutes left on the period
Not
clock.
at
So
all.
it's not out of reach yet for all you Friends fans there at home. Here comes, this will be Slim Sadie jamming for the for the Deltas, and Batty Longlegs using those bad long legs and tippy-toeing sideways through the pack and picking up lead jammer status. There is no pivot on the board currently for Slim Sadie, so she takes the head off and fakes everybody out anyway. There goes Batty using that side surf maneuver, picks up 4 more points and calls it straight off.
Hit list still in the box with the pivot hat on.
So that was a very timely call off by Batty Longlegs.
Very much so.
Yeah, so we'll find out how much longer hit list has to stand in the box, but it's not going to be very long, I don't think. Here
I was
comes.
about to say, if she's standing, it means less than 10 seconds. So it'll be quick back on the track.
Yeah, you could kind of see a little bit of like sigh of exasperation. She was like, I was almost out. But nope, you're still there.
This time it looks like we got Baller jamming for the Deltas, going up against Miko Meat Sauce for the Friends.
Yep, some defense there being provided by Jim Rat and Rift Track to try to keep Baller from getting too much further. Here comes Daryl B. Blood to join them. In the meantime, Miko Meat Sauce is fighting against Hit List and Undervalued Participant and Aerial Assault. Baller having a better time of it, though, able to pick up lead jammer status.
And it looks like Hit List is headed right back to
right back to the
box.
Bandit and Briggs penalty box. A little, now you see me, now you don't.
She's just getting cozy over there.
Just getting cozy. Maybe they're nice chairs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm sitting in these nice chairs. Thank you to the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum for providing us with appropriate seating.
Yeah.
Or at least, comfortable seating.
Exactly.
I don't know what inappropriate seating would be. Now that I mentioned that.
One of those stools where like one of the legs is shorter than the other three, and so you're wobbling the whole time.
That's diabolical.
That's diabolical.
Yeah, I can't do that. We have a little huddle happening. Pop Roxy calling a huddle, flexing those leadership skills, making sure that everybody's on the same page. Everybody's adjusting their toe stops.
Once one person has it happen, everyone's always like, oh no, what if it happens to me next?
It's contagious. We all know this.
Exactly.
Yeah, one bad toe stop will spoil the rest of the bunch.
The toe stops are in communication, honestly.
Yeah, it's like a row of trees.
Yeah.
Like they're all talking to each other. We all know it.
Exactly.
Thank you for joining us here on YouTube.com for Tree Conspiracies as well as equipment malfunction coincidences.
We appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you also to Prize Brewing Company. You see their banner back there on the wall on the second straightaway. It appears that Miko Meat Sauce has given away her fused tassels to some sideline spectators. I believe that is former Violent Friend The Fox, sitting over there with Skater X. Happily married couple watching their happily friendshiped former team take on the Delta. So here comes Sailor Doom, able to just sneak around Pop Roxy to pick up lead jammer status, but Disco Scream not too far behind. When I say not too far behind, I mean 15 feet.
Very close.
Very close indeed.
Hit List finally out of that penalty box.
Caroming to the infield is Sailor Doom, picking up 2 entire points for the Deltas, bringing their point total up to 105, and the Violent Friends held pat at 66. Brief ad read here. I'll do one for Turbo Tim's. Turbo Tim's has multiple auto repair locations in the Twin Cities, famous for their shop kitties. Turbo Tim's is also committed to supporting fun, innovative, and caring causes to improve the community for everyone. You can meet the kitty crew and learn more at turbotims.com. They also have the Turby Awards that they have started just this year. The Turby Awards are given out to completely arbitrary and subjective establishments and communities within the community of Turbo Tims. They just like to get connected with people in their communities. And speaking of connected, Batty Longlegs has just connected the Violent Friends with a lead jammer status here for jam number 8. Yeah, that was a long walk to that one.
It.
There goes Batty for 4 more points.
Lunatic pulling off the hat.
Yep, here and there isn't a single friend between Kilroy and the front of the pack. So if that star pass is successful, it'll be Kilroy off to the races. But that was an out of bounds star pass, so she has to give it back. In the meantime, Batty Longlegs is re-approaching the front, and Rift Track may have heard me. We were just talking off air about how they can't hear me on the track, but perhaps Rift was like, oh, wait, there's nobody in front of that pivot. I better go up there and make sure.
Someone should make sure, yeah.
Yeah, or just provide some offense for Batty. That's also valid. Oh, a rare Foster jammer for the Violent Friends this evening is going to be Katarina Hit, putting the star on for the Violent Friends. Sank is wearing the stripe for the Friends. The stripe for the Deltas is going to be Hit List, and the jammer of note for now will be Zaboomafu for the Deltas. Katarina hit, pushing and shoving on. That'll be Slim Sadie playing a blocker role. Here goes Katarina hit out for lead jammer status for the Violent Friends.
Zabumafu getting held up by a couple of her own blockers there at the back for a moment there.
A lot of crashes and spills happening there on turn number 2. No pack is being called because there were just not enough people standing up. Oh, we have a destruction of pack penalty being called on number 46 hit list. And in the meantime, Katarina hit picking up 4 more points. And there goes, I believe
That's
is
Guillotina.
Yep, Guillotina to the box. The bandit and breaks penalty box. If you want to puppy sit some puppies, you can certainly do that by getting in touch with Andy and let me think. Yeah, I got it right. My memory bad. All right, so undervalued participant is gesturing to aerial assault to come join them at the front of the pack. They only have the deltas. They only have 2 blockers of note to begin the. They've got 3. No, they got 2. They've got.
Nope, they've only got 2 blockers on the track for the moment. Hit list and Gil still sitting in the penalty box, so it'll just be aerial and undervalued participant trying to hold back Disco Scream.
Yep, it'll be Disco Scream, UVP trying to play some chess when hopefully, well, she's hoping anyway that the Violent Friends are playing checkers, but undervalued participant is a long-time skater who understands strategy very well. So if you've only got 2 blockers out there, it's not home free yet, folks.
Absolutely not. And now Hitlist is back on the track, joining in on holding back Disco Scream.
Guillotina is there, so this got twice as hard for Disco Scream, and it wasn't very easy in the first place. Here goes Sailor Doom out for getting that lead jammer status for the Deltas. A lot of people looking like they're checking their face, like maybe they got hit in the face, maybe there's some blood there, etc. There goes Disco Scream with a little punch of speed and punching through that wall, picking up the not lead jammer status. We've got we've got a forearm penalty being called on Sailor Doom, so we're going to have a power jam scenario here for the Violent Friends and Disco Scream. Disco Scream did not go out of bounds. Undervalued participant thought she did, and that'll be a pass. And that'll be it. Nope, they can't call it off because Disco Scream does not have lead jammer status. We saw some flapping going on there over from the Friends bench, but you can't do that if you're not lead jammer.
If you're not lead jammer, so they're gonna have to ride out the last 30 seconds of this jam because.
Yeah, and ride out is exactly right. I know that face on Disco Scream, and that is the face of somebody who just got popped in the solar plexus and is having a lot of trouble breathing. No, it's not a track cut penalty. That's lovely. Wonderful moves there by Disco Scream, but that is going to be a knock out of bounds by Martini Hitlist, who is magically 30 feet behind the rest of the pack. And we're going to find out what's going on there. We have a little bit of another equipment malfunction for number.
It looks like there's maybe some people stuck together.
Oh, yeah, they are stuck together. It's like 2 people with braces that decided to make out. They just decided to, oh no, what's going on? So that would be, that'll be Daryl B. Blood getting entangled with another skater there on the track. But looks like everybody's back to normal. You don't see that too often if you're checking off your bingo card there at home and it's like, I finally got it.
Their skates got tied together mid-jam.
It finally happened. I heard the whistle to start Derby, and now it finally gets going there. Ample Pie is joining the blocker rotation there for the Violent Friends, providing some perhaps relief. Yep, here comes Batty Long. Well, that'll be Baller getting out for lead jammer status, and able to finally get through the pack is Batty Longlegs. We've got about half a track separating these 2 jammers. Forearm penalty being called on Sank Bite. Baller calling it off with her trademark 1-foot seat of the pants. Got my points, I'm out of here kind of move. See that a lot. Always exciting.
Always exciting.
Yeah, just under 5 minutes left, and we've got a 19-point differential between these 2 teams. Not unheard of for a team to score 24 points in a jam. You've already seen it once here tonight. Here comes Miko Meat Sauce trying her hand at a 24-point jam, but Slim Sadie is already out before the 5-second mark. So very quick for Slim Sadie. Only it was a forearm. More for Slim Sadie and Miko. We have another penalty being called. That'll be on hit list. That'll be a direction of play penalty. Bandit and Briggs penalty box only has 2 folks in it, but Miko Meat Sauce is trying to take advantage thereof by shoving aerial assault, and I believe that is also guillotina, while Super Hut is providing a bridge, making sure that her blockers are still in bounds. Miko should probably deke to the inside here. She's looking at the ref to find the out of play penalty or the out of play call, ensuring that she got that lead jammer status, and lead jammer status she got.
Sadie is out of the penalty box and getting started.
And Hitlist is standing in the penalty box, but standing behind the chairs, so she may have gotten to the number of penalties that she is no longer able to have and still skate. So fouled out.
Yes.
Is a much more succinct and relatable way of putting that.
Sometimes it's always good to have, know what that means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give me definitions. Like,
Yeah.
spell it all out for me. So Miko's trying to spell her way out of a bit of a pickle there in the front, trying to get around, again, Super Hut, Guillotina, and Aerial Assault. But there goes Slim Sadie picking up the not lead jammer status, so that will put a timer on Miko Meat Sauce, and that timer is up. Up, not up, or whatever word I tried to say and completely failed at. Thank you also for everybody that participated in our silent auction. Looks like we're getting things packed up and prizes awarded and money exchanged. If you want to donate to North Star Roller Derby, if you appreciate the product that you're seeing here on the court and you appreciate the efforts put forward by all of our volunteers and skaters, please visit NorthstarRollerDerby.com and click on that donate link. All donations to our 501c3 nonprofit are tax deductible in case you needed additional incentive to give money to us.
Starting out this next jam, we've got Disco Scream, for the Violent Friends going up against Zaboomafoo.
Yep.
And Disco Scream is headed straight to the penalty box.
Yep, that was a track cut penalty being called. And we've got number 29, Zaboomafoo, is trying to get through the pack, but Pop Roxy says no, you're going to go 10 feet behind the jam line and try all over again. Being rejoined there by Electric Cutie, number 277, and Jim Rat, that's number 44. Shoved out of bounds once again. I heard a whistle. What did it mean?
What did it mean?
It meant that somebody blew air into a whistle, but it doesn't appear to have meant anything beyond that. Yep, and there's Undervalley participant once again directing traffic.
Providing
for
a little bit
Zaboomafoo.
of
Yep.
offense as well.
And there goes Pop Roxy providing a little bit of business too. That'll be Zaboomafoo again, but able to get back up and pick up lead jammer status is Zaboomafoo, and Disco Scream needs to put that hat on before they get any points. It has already completed their pass, and that'll be at least 1 point, perhaps 2, if she doesn't pick up a back block for that collision. Kind of grimacing in pain, and that's probably just the pain of being a jammer.
Yeah, probably.
Did not appear to be anything more malicious than that. Here comes the star pass attempt, at least. His star pass attempt was successful, and that will be to Jim Rat, who beats feet and gets a little friendly pat from Kilroy before she goes out and attempts to catch up to Zaboomafoo, who calls off the jam. Oh, little hugs. Pop Roxy to Kilroy.
Hugs and friendship.
Hugs and friendship's what we're all about. And there goes another toe stop. That's 2 if you're keeping track at home.
I am shocked there was another one, honestly.
Yeah. It's like, aren't we like psyching up the vigilance as far as whether our toe stops are now connected because we saw one of them go down? But no, the count's up to 2. We've got 31 seconds left on the period clock, and we've got 18 points separating these two teams. The Deltas do seem to have a stranglehold on this game as far as points and defense. Even though they have given up 100. But that's, again, giving up 100 in an entire bout is nothing to sneeze at. Both of these teams have been playing some pretty good defense. It's just which jammer has been taking more advantage of the penalties that have broken their way.
Yeah, I think there's also been some really good offense from both teams as well.
Very much so, yep.
Breaking up those packs of blockers.
breaking out the packs and blockers, flexing their offensive talents and skills and know-how.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty complicated, because if you've been playing roller derby for a couple, they're playing a song that may be attributed to the Violent Friends that, again, probably DMCA'd, probably don't want to get our little stream taken down here, but that's okay. What are we looking at here? We're looking at New Jammer. I don't think Rift Track has started a jam yet for the Friends, but has, I think, accepted 1 or 2 star passes.
Going up against Baller
Yep.
for the Deltas.
So the Violent Friends are starting on a pretty big advantage here. They've got two Deltas in the box at the moment, but they're neck and neck right now for Jammers, and Baller is able to pick up lead Jammer status. Not quote. They picked up lead Jammer status after getting around Batty Longlegs just barely. But the thing is, the Deltas can't call it off before the period clock is going to be up in 5 seconds, I guess. So I kind of messed up my math on that one, but that's okay. That'll be a 3, 2, 1. Well, she hasn't called it off yet. Maybe she's trying to.
So now Baller can call it off at any point.
That's Batty providing a league record, probably 10-foot direction of play penalty. But she's like, whatever, it's over. Just running straight at Baller for the final port of the evening here. Everybody getting some encouragement there from Pop Roxy and Daryl B. Blood and Marlboro Dread, the captains for the Friends. The Delta's celebrating a hard-fought victory. They're 122-104 is the final score. Eventually, Batty Longlegs will be prohibited to join her team. This is a pretty academic exercise at this point, but there she goes. Everybody's back. Thank you so much for joining me on the stream here, Louie.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Great. I'm glad you had fun. I had fun. Our viewers had fun. We're telling them they had fun
Yay.
because, of course, they did. All of our skaters had fun. Thank you for joining us here. Your third-place winners are the Delta Die, taking their well-deserved victory lap. And, of course, your champions of Season 18, the Kilmores. Took me a second to remember that. I'm not sure why. We just saw it happen live in front of our faces. So we'll see you at Gabe's. That'll be the after party here in St. Paul. And we'll see you next time. We have another bout. This is the championship bout, but we do have another exhibition-style bout coming up in Canterbury for next month. Check NorthstarRollerDerby.com for dates and times. Join us again here on YouTube.com/@NorthstarRollerDerby if you're unable to make it to the bout. I've been Owen Money.
I've been Hallelujah.
And that's exactly how we would have done it. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.